Hi, this is Carlos Aldaco of Junior Aldaco and the Midwest Allstars, and you're in the mix with DJ JR.
All right, let me go ahead and bring my buddy in. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going,
What
DJ
what's
JR?
up, Raza? Doing all right, carnal?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
All right, pretty good. I want to give a shout out to all the Raza, everybody that's watching right now. All my tejanos y tejanitas. It's your boy JR right here. Desde Houston, Texas. Aquí con el camarada right here, Carlos Aldaco, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Is,
How you doing? I
is,
just
is,
want
it,
to
is
thank
it
you.
JR or is Junior?
It's Carlos Aldaco, and then JR is our lead vocalist, which is my father.
All right. Oh, okay. That's
Yep,
why I want to.
yep.
Yeah. Well, está bien,
But I
carnal.
want to thank you for having us on. It's greatly appreciated, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us tonight. It's a
Hell yeah.
blessing to be able to, get on your show and talk, the band, the history, the music, and let everybody know what's going on with us.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. Hey, did you hear a couple of the jams I was playing?
Oh yeah,
Some of y'all.
it takes you
Uh,
way back and just down memory
yeah.
lane from when I was a kid myself.
Really?
From when my grandfather and father and uncles were doing a lot of big things back then, and still, till today, we're in the third generation, carrying the music legacy on and looking forward to keeping it going. And then I have my 8-year-old son that's picking up music,
Wow.
so he'll be the fourth generation to carry it. So
Awesome. Cool, brother. Well, all right. Let's let the raza know a little bit about yourself, about the band. We'll go back. You know what I mean? So people get to know who you are and the music y todo lo que
yeah,
haces. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
Okay. So when did you start playing music? Because you were around this music, I'm sure, growing up with it, right? Like it
Yep,
was in your
yep.
brain and embedded, right? So when did they show you how to start playing an instrument, or when did you get in this, like the
I want to
instruments and playing?
say, I come from a musical background on both sides of the family, my mother's side and my father's side.
Okay.
But like growing up, just being like at the young age of 5, 6 years old, I could just remember going to my grandfather's house where they practiced at, and I would
Okay.
sit there on the stairs and just watch them, and tell myself, one day this is something I would want to do, to take after them and take their path that they paved for us. And my thing has always been the drums. So my father was a drummer back then. He started at the age of 13 with my
Okay.
grandfather, Aldaco Senior, and my uncles, joined at around the same age as 13, 14 or so.
Okay.
And ever since then, I just like picked it up, and I learned the drums about when I was 7 or 8 years old. And
Okay.
then I just picked up from watching my dad. And then he would show me things here and there, but I kind of took it upon myself to learn, and told him and my mother, like, this is something I want to do. I want to be a
Okay.
drummer. Like, and then they're like, are you sure? Because like, instruments are, cheap. They're pretty expensive. And then like, they got me
Of
my
course, yeah.
first set, and then I was just like, you know what? Let me just take it on and let's go with it. And then I joined the family band when I was, I believe, 13 years old,
Okay.
and I was still in school, and recorded my first CD with them when I was 15 years old. So,
Wow.
and then my kids just found one of our old CDs, The Hanwood Class, from,
Okay.
I can't remember how long ago, but my daughter looked at the back and she was like, this was in 2002. And I'm like, you don't have to remind me, but it just, it just brings back good memories, being on the road with family, and just, just learning the history of what, the family band has done
Got you.
from the beginning till now. And and there's a lot of things a lot of people don't know about the group. I know it's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
a well-known name, but there's a lot of things that back then that is a blessing to me to be able to carry on the legacy. Is that my family, the band group Aldaco back then, were one of the first Lansing-based bands to be on the Giant Canales show in 1990. They
Wow.
worked with Manny Guerra,
Okay.
which is a producer who worked with many artists like
Oh,
Selena,
yeah,
Gary
yeah.
Hobbs, Ram Herrera, and also Jose Rosario.
Okay.
He was a big part, in a big role helping Selena, get her career started. And he also was part of helping my grandfather and father and uncles get to where they were back then. And then they
Okay.
were with Sony CBS Records.
Okay.
And it's like history a lot of people don't know, and it's something I would like to share so they know
Yeah,
where
of
it
course.
started and how,
That's cool.
and then like I said, there was Sony CBS Records back then,
Mm-hmm.
Freddie Records, and then going to Texas to Giant Canale show. That's a major thing to do. Being from the state of Lansing, Michigan, and then to be able to make it that far back then to do what they love doing is like
Mm-hmm.
something to cherish forever, and that's something like I'm trying to do now, even though
Yeah.
right now like the industry is a little different. We're still just
Mhm.
trying to pave the way and just give good music out there to everybody to listen to. So
That's cool. Hey, but you know what? I feel that now this is just me. Like I said, I feel that Tejano I think it took like a pause, like a crazy pause, like in I want to say like the beginning of the 2000s. I think like as far as and then I feel that right now it's coming back harder. You know what I mean?
yes,
I mean as far as I want to go back, I want to say let's go back about I want to go back maybe about 13 years back now. I think it's really going strong right now, and I think that's a good thing that y'all are making more jams. A lot of Tejano artists are new Tejano artists are coming up, and you know what they're throwing their singles out there, good songs, and and I think it's so good that a lot of y'all y'all put in new music, because if it wasn't for y'all, you know, hey, where Tejano would be listening to, you know what I mean? Where would they be
yeah,
listening to? You know what I'm saying? And that's good. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you one thing. Y'all guys, I've always been a fan of y'all's music since way back. And también la amiga Chiswacha, esta Jenny Alvarez, which when she was with them también, and
yes.
fans since way back. And I collect music. That's why I have y'all's albums, but like since way back in the days. And y'all always kept it real Tejano. Like I mean, like Tejano. What Tejano sound like to me, like when it was kicking in hard about the early '90s,
Yeah,
that style, and y'all always keep it like that. Even y'all new song,
yeah.
and we'll get to that to y'all new music right now. But like y'all keep it real, and that's bad. Big ups to y'all's band,
Thank you.
man.
We
It's
appreciate
super awesome.
that, and that's like something when we started Junior Aldaco the Midwest Allstars, and like with the albums, CDs we put out with Group Aldaco, and even
Yeah,
back then, like Piero said, you just played right now, and Me
yeah.
Quebraste Corazón,
Hmm.
all those tunes back then were like you said, were just that puro Tejano, just like that style, that unique style that like not everybody, everybody has their own unique style,
Of
and that's
course.
something like that I've always loved about the group too back then. Like every recording had its own unique
Yeah,
style, and like
yeah.
everybody could pick up like just by listening to it, they could know already who it is. Because it's
Oh yeah,
just
yeah.
the vote. My dad is a vocalist. Everybody he has a unique voice. Like and then like my grandpa, me and my grandfather talk mostly every day, and it's a blessing to still have him around with us. He paved the way for us. He began everything for us, and he's getting ready to be 90 this November, and he's still
He's
kicking
still
like
jamming.
he's 20, 30 years old, jamming, writing us music, original material. And that's another thing on the plus side for us, that with my grandfather writing us songs, my uncle, which was our producer back then
Yeah.
with Group Aldaco, and beforehand what Guerrero said and everything, he's still our producer till today. So it comes into
Cool.
play why the sound still has that unique sound, and it's something
Exactly.
that I've always wanted to stick with, so we could be, or like, I don't want to say like better, but we want to be our own. We want to be
Exactly.
our own person, to where we have our own unique sound. So
Oh no,
like
and
I
y'all
said,
are
when it's being played everywhere, they know.
like when I hear the music, I can't explain it. I don't know because y'all are the master musicians. I can't pinpoint it, but the way when y'all do the music,
Hmm.
I just that it's Aldaco. I,
Yeah,
I can't I can't I don't know word, but I just you play like that. That's them. It just
yeah.
have that. I don't know if it's a teclado or something's in there, man. that you know it's that band.
I want to say I think it's just my uncle being in it for so year, Daniel Aldaco. I mean,
Yeah,
he just has the mastermind, and I think it is like that pure sound, what starting with the keyboard, saxophone, the
yeah.
brass sound, like just everything, and then
Mhm.
it's a blessing to be able to be in the third generation, carrying a music legacy and sharing the stage with my
Cool.
father and uncle still, and my other uncle, Ernie Aldaco, who just passed like a couple years ago, may he rest in peace. He was
Mhm.
also one of the main reasons we had all the hits as well, from like Dulces de
Oh yeah,
Chocolate,
yeah. That's one of my
Nuevo
favorites.
Querer, all those
Mhm.
hits
Yeah.
were on, from his songwriting.
Okay.
And like I said, he was one of the best songwriters ever that I know. And he's done, like I said, wrote hit after hit after hit for us. And
Yeah.
now, my grandfather has done the same thing. And, with the latest songs we've been putting out, originals, they come from my grandfather. So it's a blessing to be able to have, someone that writes for us, someone that's able and capable of producing the magic that comes out.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, my grandpa, we talk every day, and he's like, I write I have somebody, he writes the songs. We
Yeah.
have my uncle that produces it, my dad that sings it, and then the guys that jam it. So it's like, everybody has a special place for the reason of all the music that's being put out.
Awesome, awesome, Kanal. Okay, let me get this right because I'm gonna get this correct. Like I said, I've always been a fan of y'all's music. Got y'all's albums, but honestly, I don't like. I buy the music, I have it there, I jam it, over and over. But sometimes, that's a good thing that I get to do these interviews with y'all. So let me rewind back. Your dad is Junior Aldaco, right?
Yes,
Your dad.
sir. Yep.
Okay. Is he the one with the glasses?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
And you're Carlos Aldaco,
Yep.
and
The
then
drummer.
Juve Aldaco. That's who is that? Who
Yep.
is that?
That's my grandfather, Juve Aldaco Sr.
Juve Aldaco.
So,
Okay,
yep. So, and then my dad's Juve Aldaco Jr., but we call him JR because
okay,
he's a junior. So,
okay. So Juve Aldaco is the singer in the
no,
band.
yep. Juve Aldaco Jr. is a
I
singer, and then Juve
I
Aldaco Sr. is our grandfather, or my grandfather, my dad's father, and our songwriter. So,
I got you. Okay, cool. Okay, there I got it. I didn't want to get
yeah,
all
there's so
confused and stuff. Yeah,
My dad is Juve Jr., and then my grandfather's Juve
yeah. 'Cause
Sr.
I was a little bit confused because
Yeah.
I thought I know on Facebook you're Carlos Aldaco, but I thought
Yeah.
you were. I said, oh, he must be Junior because of your dad. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So, but
gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
okay. I got
Yep.
you. I understand now. Okay, I got you. All right, now let me rewind back a little so the Raza can know. So you said you were on the first album you did with them when you started. Which album was that?
I want to say, is it Tejano with class or Tejano Michigan style?
Mm-hmm.
I believe was the one back in 2002.
And
But I started playing with them way back then before that at the age of like 13
okay,
as
so you
well, like when my father
so
started.
you would
So,
play you play live with them, but
yep,
when you were on the album,
yep,
that was the first time when you were on
very,
there,
very
and
first
then
one.
from there on, have you been on every like whatever since then?
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
cool, cool, that's awesome. I noticed también ya también y'all help out like other artists because I saw George Salazar did something with y'all, right? Something like that.
Yeah, my uncle
Or
Daniel Daco actually produced the two songs that he had put out, which was Amor Joven and Prefiero Amor.
oh,
And
y'all did that? Yeah,
yep,
oh wow, man,
yep.
y'all did a good
So
job
we
on that too.
yep, my uncle Daniel Daco actually worked with him and then gave him two original songs, which was
Okay.
Amor Joven. There was one of the few last songs that my uncle Ernie Aldaco had written. And, George wanted to work with us. And then he got, him and my uncle talked it out. My
Yeah.
uncle recorded him for Amor Joven and Prefiero Amor. And Prefiero Amor is also an original song that was also sang by my uncle Daniel Daco on the Johnny Canales show as well.
Okay.
So Prefiero Amor is also an original song that was written by my uncle that
Wow.
we were was given to George to re-record, so we could give him some songs and record them. And he was recorded in my uncle's studio that we record at.
Hmm.
So, hats off to my uncle for giving him those songs and for George doing a good job on those
Cool.
and having those songs get circulated and the radio play it got, you know, it was a blessing for, you know, everybody.
Awesome, awesome, carnal. And also, can you let the raza know, for the ones that maybe don't know, no los has escuchado, you know what I mean? Or how many years back has Aldaco been in the mix? Like, hey, this is their first song, más o menos, give an idea.
Um, like I said, it wants to go back probably to the late 1960s, and like I said, it was like on an
For real?
album, yeah, like when my grandfather started back
Damn.
then, and then like the 70s, the 80s, you know, little by little, they're like I said with Freddie Records, Sony, CBS, like my grandfather has um like albums, like actual, I can't, I'm trying to think now, like the real small, tiny black like vinyls. So I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
if
yeah.
they're
The
eight
smaller
tracks
ones,
or
right? The
yep,
smaller
yep,
ones, right?
yep.
Yeah.
So it goes back that far, and like when I see those, I'm just like, wow, you know, the way technology changes nowadays is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a real big difference compared to you know what we have today from back then. So,
Oh, of
yep.
course, yeah. Damn, man. And any of those songs, can you find them or no? That's just the stuff that's like out of print. It's like that's like back in the days. That's it. Like
I
he's the only one that has them, right?
yep,
Basically,
him and
or
my
like
uncle are
people
the
that
only
really
ones.
collect them,
Yep.
right? And got that, right?
Yep. So
Damn,
those
man.
are the ones that are kind of like put away like in the vault. But I'm pretty sure like you know maybe one day we were thinking about doing like a CD that has so many songs on it
Yeah.
of all the songs from back then until
Hmm.
now, like kind of like maybe an anniversary album like from the very first song they did
Yeah.
until like you know today of what we're doing now. So we
Yeah,
got you
man.
know a lot of
That'd be
good things in the
awesome.
plans, but yeah, it's been
Yeah.
like one heck of a ride, you know, from back then knowing the history till, you know, from the 90s, 2000s, and from
Hmm.
2000s, you know, being at Fanfare numerous
Yeah.
times, being
Oh,
nominated for
yeah.
the Hano Music Awards numerous of times, and then, you know, and then just like starting back up, you know, was just something I wanted to do with Junior
Exactly.
Aldaco and the Midwest Allstars. So, you know, because we,
Cool.
you know, we Group Aldaco, I don't want to say came to a stop, but from being on the road for so many years, in
Hmm.
about 2010, that's when we kind of took a little pause, took a break, you know, because
Yeah.
like
Of
everybody has, you know, kids and families and
course. Of course.
jobs
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So,
Mhm.
you know, everybody just want to take a little step back, but then, you know, come 2018, that's when Junior Aldaco and the Midwest Allstars came into play because, you know, I was like, you know, we took a break, you know, everybody, you know, was able to spend time with
Mhm.
families and things like that and take care of the kids and
Of course.
whatnot. And then, you know, we started back up, which I thought was just going to be a few bookings here and there just to make some noise. And then going on 5 years later, we're still here doing it today and, you know, recording songs and, playing, you know, numerous shows,
Yeah.
being on numerous charts and whatnot. So it's been a blessing so far.
Oh, hell yeah. That's cool, brother. Big props to y'all. And can you let the raza know, before this song, like your new track, Contigo Corazón, y'all got some other ones back before that? Some other
Yep.
singles, right?
Before Contigo Corazon, we have put out, I want to say, well, actually, we have a CD out, third generation, that I'm going to be sending to you as well here with some
Awesome.
merchandise and whatnot.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'll make sure I give you info. But the beginning, how everything started with Junior Aldaco and the Midwest All Stars is with Besarte con la Cura, which
Hmm.
was an original song written by my grandfather. You
Okay.
know, he had given it to us, and
Hmm.
then, you know, my uncle produced it, arranged it. We put it out, and like it was a little bit, well, I'm going to say maybe a year or so after the band started. In
Yeah.
2018, we started roughly, and then in 19, we started recording. And then Besarte con Locura was our very first song and single that we put out. And that song, I think, is what did it for us, you know, because the name was out there again and people seeing, you know, we're coming back.
Of course. Of
And
course.
being that, and it was an original song,
Hmm.
that's something that helps a lot too.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, being, you know, having a songwriter being original is something different because,
Hmm.
you know, there's a lot of bands, you know, I give my hats off to everybody out there in the industry that's doing their thing week in and week out, recording songs. Even if they're doing, you know, cover songs, you know, props to them because they're putting something out, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always like I tell everybody and I tell myself, there's enough room out there for everybody to do
Hmm.
what they love and which is make music, play music. You know what I mean? There's nothing against anybody.
Yeah.
I congratulate everybody that's out there doing what they need to do, because it's not easy. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
Like I
know what I
said,
mean.
whether it be a cover song or an original, you know, putting a song out is not easy. It takes
Oh,
time. It takes commitment, loyalty, dedication.
yes.
The right musicians to be with you, you know, 100%, you know, to give it their all. And, you know, like I said, none of this would be possible without me learning the ropes from both sides of my family, you know what I mean, musically, and for my grandfather paving the way for us
Yes.
and leading the way to where, you know, where I'm at today. It's all because of him,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and like we just played this past weekend, and it was a blessing to have him in attendance with us, you know, just being up there like on the side of the stage watching us, you know,
Yeah.
watching what he started, and you
Yeah.
know, us seeing him there makes us feel good to know that we're able to carry it on and do what I plan to do with this band now. You know, like when I started the band, I told myself, if this is going to be the last ride for my dad as a vocalist, my uncle as a keyboard player and the
Yeah.
producer, like I want to make sure that we go the right path and we do the right thing and we push ourselves daily. You know, not one day goes by to where, you know, we're not focusing on the band, you know, putting stuff out, like posting flyers, posting what's coming next. You know,
Yeah.
you got to push
Yeah.
yourself to be able to make it, because you can't expect things just to fall in your lap. You know, you got to go out there and go get it. Like that's
Yeah.
something I was taught growing up. Like you can't always just, you know, put something out and then just wait and sit back. You got to be out there pushing
Yeah.
yourself, going
No,
out
it's
there and
it's
getting it.
hard. You got to keep
Whether,
push. You got to keep put feeding the ears, man. Like with
yeah,
that music, because I mean,
yep,
and I'm not saying that you know that one song is not badass or whatever. And this, I'm just talking in general. But if it's a good song, I mean, people want more. You know what I mean? Like
yep,
Tejanos, you know, that enjoy your music, and that's what I'm saying. I know it's not easy because you know everybody got their own thing, like you said, kids, and they're busy or
yep,
they're doing other stuff. You know what I mean? And you know, y'all keep the culture alive, the music. And I understand that it is hard, you know what I mean? But and it's hard to not even that hard to, hey, we're gonna work on this song and we're gonna make it badass, you know what I mean? Like
yep,
we're gonna make a badass song. That's what's hard. But like I said, when y'all do that kind of stuff, it's all right. You throw a single and then you do another one and it sounds badass. Hey, that's the hard work and dedication that y'all put in,
yep,
all the love that y'all put into that jam. You know what I mean? And that's
yep,
cool, you
for
know. And
sure.
I'm sure you know all the Tejanos, you know, they really appreciate that. You know what I mean? As far I mean, I know I do. You know what I mean? So it's there, you know, and big ups to like all the, you know, supporters of y'all también, you know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for them, a lot of artists, you know, won't be like pushing it, you know what I mean? To
Yep.
keep, you know, bringing that good music out there. Another thing, how about the music? Y'all got this single right here. When is y'all got one other in the works, or y'all got an album, or what y'all got coming up next?
Right now, what we do have coming is actually from this past show, this past Saturday. What we
Okay.
got coming is live video recording of Contigo Corazon at our show. So that's a
Wow.
surprise we got coming for everybody.
Oh
And
yeah.
then we are working on a new original single that was written by my grandfather that's going to be coming
Wow.
out hopefully within the next week or two.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a second CD coming to follow that. So we're
Wow.
definitely keeping busy, you know, in between gigs and, you know, studio time and everything like that. So we, you know, just keeping it more, you know, original with a lot, because my grandfather has, he says, I think maybe 400 songs he has written already so far.
Wow,
And, you
man.
know, like,
Hey,
yeah.
like you're at the right. Hey, we just need to get in the studio and start jamming.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, my uncle already produced the new song that's coming, and you know, we all were together and we took a listen to it, and
Yeah.
like you said, my grandfather even said, everybody likes Contigo Corazon. It's a hit right now,
Mm-hmm.
but this one, he says, is going to be better than
Even
Contigo
better.
Corazon.
Wow.
So he's
Boy,
like,
to
you
hear
know,
that.
I feel like it's going to be another step up, because, like I always say, like when you record another song after you have a good hit one,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta just step it up a little notch to, you know, bring something a little more to the table. You know, the next song after that, the same thing. You want to have be better than what you put out before, kind of. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yep.
Yeah, no, está bien, está bien. Yeah, well, that's cool, man. I mean, that y'all got more music coming up, and and I played a couple of jams. The people get if they don't know, they're on here checking it out. Well, y'all play the same way, and and to check out all your new music and everything. It's available on every platform, pretty much, kind of every album, or do you know what's on there where the raza
Um,
can check out
a lot
that
of
you
a
know
lot
of?
of the albums from Group Aldaco and Junior Aldaco the Midwest Allstars and Juve Aldaco y Variedad from back then, you can
Okay.
find a lot of the songs and a lot of the originals on YouTube. So
Okay.
if you just put in the search bar Aldaco, a lot of
hmm
the
Yeah, but as far as
most of the album,
as far as for the platforms though, not
yeah,
because yeah, platforms.
for digital platforms, you could find Grupo Aldaco and Junior Aldaco in the Midwest All Stars
Yeah,
on
couple
all digital
couple of albums on
platforms.
there, right, for the
Yep,
raza
yep,
to check in there.
yep, to
hmm
check out. And then, like I said, there's a lot of songs back on the YouTube. So you just go under Grupo Aldaco, and then Junior Aldaco and the Midwest All Stars will pop up, and Grupo Aldaco, and they have them like selected and with each album category, so you'll be able to listen to each CD song for song, and you know what I
Cool.
mean. And like back then, with Grupo Aldaco, it wasn't like it is today, with the
Yeah,
internet and all the
yeah, yeah,
social medias. Back then, it wasn't like that. So there are some songs, on the albums from YouTube that you will be able to listen to
yeah,
that some people never heard before. And
exactly.
it might be something they like, and and then we thought about an idea about maybe redoing some, what I mean, remastering them, change it up a little bit, but bring them back out so people can know what was out back then, so
Yeah,
then
like
they can hear it
remaster
today.
them or something
Yep,
like that. Yeah, cool.
yep.
Hey, that's
Put a
awesome,
little
bro,
different
man.
twist on it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that's the way to do it, brother. Hey, man, because if they're already there, man, and I've seen people do that where, I mean, it kind of sounds the same. Maybe they add another, like a little twist to it,
Yep,
you know what I mean? Maybe
sure.
electric guitar in there,
Yep,
and just spice it up a little bit, and it really sounds good. But that's cool. That's cool that you're gonna remake that, and that all y'all's music is on most of them that people can still find them on platforms, to support y'all. You know what I mean? Especially y'all being so far away from Texas, where there's a lot of towns, but I've interviewed a couple of people from de allá donde son ustedes, like in that area, and
hmm,
it's so crazy to know that there's like so many Tejanos out there, man. It's like,
yeah,
so far away. And I'd be honest with you, I never knew that till like a couple of years back, because sometimes you saw the CD of like, sometimes you just didn't know exactly where they were from, you just have the name and it's like, now that you see all these people, man, from Michigan, y de allá, yeah, a couple of them, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Which is pretty cool, man, because y'all got a lot of supporters, I'm sure, de allá también, right?
yeah.
And in y'all's town, do y'all do like a lot of Tejano shows también over there? Like,
Yep.
do y'all got your
Actually,
certain
we
spots like clubs over there and stuff like
well, there's not too many clubs in the Lansing, Michigan area where
that?
we're from. But we
Okay.
do a lot of private events. That's
Oh,
where
private event. Okay.
a lot of our bookings come from. Like, we travel throughout the whole Midwest area.
Mhm.
We're actually in the works of talking with one of our management people out there in the Texas area to bring us over there here pretty soon, hopefully. So
Really
we're
cool,
trying to
man.
make our way back over there and maybe try to do like 3 shows in 3 different cities. So,
hmm
we're trying to make that happen. And yeah, and then a lot of people wouldn't think, or some people, like when I would do some interviews, they're like, "Are you guys? What part of Texas are you guys from?" I'm like, "No, we're actually from Michigan," and they're like,
Yeah.
"Wow." And I give my hats off to all the bands here in the Midwest.
Yeah.
There's quite like I want to say a couple handfuls of Tejano bands within the Midwest that
Yeah.
are out here doing their thing, and doing shows as well and keeping busy. And my hats off to them. Because there's a lot of bands out here that have been together for a few years as well.
hmm
Probably just as long, if not, and they're still kicking and jamming out. And my respects to all of them, because me as a younger kid, I always looked up to every musician. Everybody knows what they know,
Yeah.
and for me, it's not a competition at all. It's just like, just do what you do, love what you do, and just keep on pushing. That goes for everybody. Even, everybody in Texas, I give my hats off to all the young artists, up and coming artists, all the established artists that are still kicking and going. And my hats off to everybody, because like I said, without music, I think life would be so boring. You know what I mean? Like, we
Oh
wouldn't
man.
have anything. And
Music is
then it all
life.
starts also, yeah, it also starts with you guys too as well. The DJs for supporting us, the fans supporting us, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. Like, without the DJs, the music won't be heard, So my
Exactly.
hats off to you as well for, keep pushing and doing what you're doing for everybody. It's greatly appreciated.
Cool, man. I appreciate it, carnal. And like I said, I want to give a shout out to all the raza, everybody that's watching us here. Sometimes the messages go so quick up. I don't know if you can see them on your end, but I know a
No,
lot of
I
people.
can't see them on my end, but I just want to
Oh, te
thank
mandan
everybody
saludos
for
a lot of
tuning
people, you
in.
know what I mean? But I missed them,
Yeah.
so not trying to skip everybody there, but
Yeah.
saludos and everybody,
Yeah, I just want to say hello to everybody tuning in, family, friends, fans, and like I said, majority of the time, I don't consider fans as fans. I consider everybody as family, because it's one big community that they support us, and we do our best to give back to them. So I consider everybody family, not just fans. You know what I mean? So.
Muy bien, muy
And
bien.
if you give me
Hell yeah.
1 second, I'm gonna bring my son over here so you guys
Yeah,
can
go
know
ahead, bring
the
them on.
fourth generation. So,
Yeah, yeah.
Benicio, Benny, come here. Yeah, so he's gonna be the fourth generation to be able to carry the music, because he's learning every
I
instrument
hope
right
so,
now.
man, because like I said,
8 years old.
that's what we need. That's
Yep,
what we
and he
need.
actually just released a single during Christmas time. So we actually just put that out, and he recorded Jingle Bells in English and Spanish. So
Damn.
he already has a single out at the age of 7. So say hi
What's
to
up,
everybody.
buddy?
Hi.
So
How you
this is my
doing?
son Benicio, and he's gonna be the fourth generation. So
Oh, yeah, look at him. He's already going, yeah, yeah.
yep. Say
That's
hi to
good.
everybody
That's
tuning
good.
in.
Keep it going.
Everybody.
Qué lindo.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool, man.
he's definitely keeping us busy as well. And like I said, my grandfather already said
Mhm.
I have a cumbia for him to record. So it's
Wow.
something we're looking forward to. And the last song he did like I said, Jingle Bells. We released it, and he hit #1 on the charts in Corpus Christi, and we were at like #5. So he was like, "I beat you guys. I was at #1." So I was like, "Hey, you got to get credit where it's due." And then
Yeah.
actually, when he actually started picking up music when he was 3, and one of his favorite songs that he loved was Cuatro Lupes, and
Oh, yeah.
just
Dude, I think that dude say that right
Jimmy
there.
Lee.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lee just redid
Yeah.
that for that's just Sarata's nephew. He
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
redid that one, and he loves the way my son sings it. So I don't know if he would want to sing a piece for everybody. If not,
Go
I
ahead.
mean,
Go ahead.
come here, bud.
That's what we do this for.
Yep, yep. When the guy that recorded wants you to sing a piece.
I forgot.
Oh, come on, I'll help you.
Don't be shy, mijo. Come on, you can do it.
Come on,
It's
everybody's
it's
watching.
okay. It's okay. We want to hear it. We all want to hear it. Come on. Don't be shy. Dale gas.
Cuatro amores distintos. Come on. Go. Son cuatro.
Son cuatro
Es mi feria.
es mi preferida.
Salud.
Ah.
Oh, you can shy at me. It's all right.
He got
It'll
shy.
come
He
to
got
him, but
shy.
yeah.
It's all
Yep.
good. No, hey, we know. Hey, if that's part of the family, we know he got it.
Yep,
Oh,
definitely.
ya está bien. No, well, I'm glad we did this and let the raza know, Tejanos from Michigan, Grupo Aldaco, y'all go way back. Y'all are not new to the scene. For the raza that do know y'all, well, thank y'all for checking it out. For the people that don't, well, there you go, you have it. Aldaco goes way back. Super awesome band. Check out their new song, available on every major music platform, Contigo Corazón.
Yep.
And check out all their albums. It's on every major platform, whatever y'all use, Spotify, whatever, Amazon, and so on. And this is Carlos Aldaco. You want to give a shout out to anybody before we close the show?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to first off my band. I thank them guys from the bottom of my heart for being so dedicated, loyal, committed, day in, day out. Not only do a few of them live from out of town, in a different city, but, they come in, they practice, they rehearse, studio time, gigs and all that, they give 110%, and I appreciate them. So my hats off to the band. My father, JR, my lead vocalist, my keyboard player, my uncle Danny Aldaco. He's our producer, arranger, the mixing, mastering, the whole nine. Hats off to my grandfather, Hugo Aldaco Sr., for, paving the way for us and getting us where we're at today. And being our songwriter, with the original material, that's always a plus. A shout out to my kids, shout out to my wife for being supportive every weekend. Like I said, it's never easy being gone, because sometimes the kids are like, Dad, where you going? Or you got to go again. But, it's something that I'm doing for them. You know what I mean? I'm doing it to leave something behind for them to continue on if they want to, or just know that, we're out there doing what my grandfather started for us.
Cool.
So we want to just keep pushing that. And then my mother, Yolanda Aldaco, my manager, who helps me get, interviews and helps with the bookings, driving us, getting things, keeping our heads on our shoulders at times. And like I said, Leona Promotions from San Benito for also pushing our music, promoting us as well. And who else? Just everybody that's tuned in, everybody that supports us. I want to thank you for your time and for inviting us. It's greatly appreciated. And just everybody that's tuned in, I know we see Jenny Alvarez on there. We want to say hello to her and thank you for all the years you've been with us, with Grupo Aldaco recording, great vocalist, my hat's off to her as well. And, many blessings to, her career, whatever she's going to be doing here, in the near future, blessings to her as well.
Definitely.
And, a shout out to everybody that's tuned in, who supports us, who books us, everything, because like I said, without any of you guys, none of this would be possible. So it all starts with you guys, and we do what we can for y'all. So we thank you guys.
Cool. Awesome, carnal. And let Raza know también for bookings or anything. Is there anywhere they should go, or just contact you directly, Carlos Aldaco?
Yeah, actually,
you,
or my Facebook page, Carlos Aldaco, or they can follow us and go like our band page, Junior Aldaco the Midwest Allstars. They can look on there for future dates, booking info's on there, and when when new merchandise is coming, all that good stuff. It keeps everybody updated.
Oh yeah.
And then the phone number and everything's on there to book us, and and anybody, like I said, in the Texas area, we're gonna be posting soon who's our management in the Texas region to be able to book through them to bring us in that area. So
definitely
they can find us on in those areas, and just stay tuned, for everything that's coming. Like I said, we got the live recording for Contigo Corazon coming out hopefully this week. Be on the lookout for that. The new single within the next week or two for sure.
Yes.
And then, like I said, the sophomore album to follow. So
awesome. Está bien, carnal. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show with DJ JR right here. This is Houston, Texas. I want to appreciate y'all and all y'all's music and everything y'all do for the culture and keeping it alive with y'all's awesome music.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And like I said, I'll get with you as soon as we're done with the interview. Get all your information to be able to mail you, the merchandise and, the last CD we put out, Third Generation, to take care of you. Because I like to take care of everybody. Everybody that looks out for me, I like to look out for them as well. So
cool.
And be on the lookout for this guy right here.
Andale.
Some of our shows real soon. So
hey, we're ready.
You want to try it again,
hey, brother? Hey, we're ready, little man. You better come with it.
say you got a song coming soon.
I got Sona this Christmas.
Yep, you got more Christmas music coming and another single. So
beautiful.
Be on the lookout. But again, we thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. We appreciate everybody, and we'll talk to you guys soon. And thank you everybody for tuning in.
All right, Raza, that's Carlos Aldaco with Junior Aldaco and the Midwest Allstars. Thank you, brother. You have a good one.
Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
All right,
see you later. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, Raza, thank you very much for checking in with your boy, DJ JR, aquí desde Houston, Texas. Y'all make sure and check out my YouTube channel. It's DJ JR, JAY-R, Music Life Productions. Just type that in, you'll see my page right there. I always wear these little hats. I got plenty of music right there, plenty of mixes, rare music and stuff like that, out of print stuff, and a couple of interviews here and there that I try to do también. Try to take care of my Tejanos, the Tejano artists and stuff like that. So I want to thank everybody for checking in, and I'm sorry. I didn't get us. I know there's a lot of messages coming in, pero I didn't get to I can't catch all of them, because it goes so fast. Pero, I'll go back in the video and send my shout out también to, right here, así, Aldaco Rocha, Eric, desde Saltillo, Coahuila. I'll try to get my people también desde allá. Stevie D and All-Star Cast. Yeah, good guy right there, man. Just interviewed him last week. Super awesome dude. You need to check out his music también. He got some badass jams. Jenny Alvarez, just everybody that's watching. Wanna give a shout out to all of y'all, and just supporting Tejano music. All the fans out there, and also the raza that supports what I do. On my YouTube channel and right here on my personal page. I want to thank everybody. So raza, y'all make sure and check that out. Junior Aldaco and the Midwest Allstars, and check out their new song. It's Contigo Corazón. Y'all can find all their other stuff. También with Jenny Alvarez, that's right here. Good amiga from way back. Check out my music. We got to be good friends, and check out her music también, and whatever, follow her, whatever. I think she got some new stuff coming up. And like I said, thank you todos. Also Rodriguez and just a couple of people in here. I'm sorry I didn't get a catch it. It goes so fast, you know what I mean? Pero thank you once again, raza. So y'all have a good one. Have an awesome Wednesday. And if I'm gonna upload the edited version, I like to do it a little bit better. I cut out the beginning and little stuff, and I post it on YouTube. Once again, thank you very much, raza. Your boy DJ JR, desde Houston, Texas. Peace out, mi gente.